This is Sandy Cortez, Chair of the Whitman Conservation Commission. It is 7:32 on October 17th, 2023. This is our public hearing portion of our meeting. Here's my agendas. You guys can share that since. Okay. And I forgot to have you, Brian, send me the minutes for the last meeting because I didn't have them in my email.
Okay.
So we'll have to vote on them next time.
I will do that next time.
What was that? October? No.
October 3rd or something?
10-3. Okay. So we have last meeting we voted and approved the recording secretary. However, I did not mention the rate, so now we have to re-vote again. So our rate for the position is anywhere between $17 and $25 an hour. And I'm thinking 21 for this person is fine. If it were the court reporter person, I could definitely go for the 25. But anyway, so I think 21 is a reasonable amount. So I need a motion.
Okay. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Woohoo. Yay. So I don't know how long this is going to take. Hopefully by the December meeting because where's my phone? You gotta see when. Yep. When it opens the Stop and Shop app. Yeah, because November 7th is that's a voting day, right? For the state?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the 21st is 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So it depends on what happens tonight.
Yep.
But we can't have it on the 7th because you can't have people in here because they're voting yesterday, so you can't have that. So we might have to have one on the 21st. We'll have to talk about it after we get done here. So anyway, so we did that. Okay. Oh, so we can hold the hearing. Oh, so here is the new plan for Stetson Street.
Oh, you fucking got it.
The new plan, yeah. So.
Here's the one for 816, right?
Yes, the one that we continued.
Yeah, it's still
A friend of mine knows.
Oh, you guys.
So it's a stone, they've changed it to the proposed stone driveway.
Close. Yeah, so we're talking about wetlands
You know, Mark
here. And the impact's going to be driveways. Right. So we have, we proposed, they had a paved driveway, so we got stone. They had a silt sock, we were going to do end of handrail with silt fence.
Actually,
Stake.
And they're removing the train, or the, what do you call it? It's not the train car.
There used to be there was a carbon container with fill, actually, really close to the officer's area.
And it's on somebody else's property too.
Oh,
So it has to be removed. But they will have 3 years to complete the process.
okay.
Then, once there's grass and everything, we can do a site inspection. But
Just recently.
It doesn't have to be done like right
This is
now,
for the-
but we can't give them a
those
certificate of compliance until
Without a bigger.
that's done.
So the whole house is maybe 5.
So-
The wetlands goes all into the grass. Oh, yeah. Cuts. It's real
Oh,
close.
yeah, you got one in front of the other, more or less? Yeah.
I think with these,
Yeah, those are next door.
there's standing water, there's a, in the midstream, you had a drainage district, there's definitely water in there.
Yeah.
So you
Change
have
that, that pops out here.
They
That's
go
what feeds that, and
They
it
go
goes
that
that way.
Yeah.
So,
You know.
I think with the
Yeah, and I think they renamed it as,
communication, it should be
because was it labeled,
paved.
no, the stream, intermittent stream,
Was it
wasn't it?
drain?
Like drain, yeah, so they renamed that, so, so do you see anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Dewatering is still gonna be questionable, the way they need to do it, where they're gonna do that.
What was that?
Dewatering that excavation to put that slab in. They were gonna dewater, where were they gonna dewater to?
Oh, they're gonna pump out so they can.
Yeah,
Gotcha. They didn't know where they were gonna do that yet, so. I think that was just gonna be a question.
yeah. So,
So they might not have the information about that, but
yeah,
what we can put in the output in order then.
yeah, we can put it in
If I
there.
ask if they were gonna dewater and where they are, just have to check it out.
Yeah. So if you, do you want to write the order of conditions?
Sure.
I can,
Do you have a template?
yes, I'll send it to you. It has everything, I think I gave you a copy of it last time, but it has like everything in the kitchen sink possible, so.
Yep.
Okay.
Can I use this plan?
What?
Can I take this plan?
Yep, you can take the plan, yeah, because I have one, so.
So the ads, is it made out to Whitman Hanson Express or to the?
For the,
For the two?
for the ads?
For the ads,
Yes,
paper.
yeah, Whitman Hanson Express.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know if you were repaid.
That was Richards. That's existing stone driveway.
Okay.
That's the.
Yeah.
From that, right? That's what the garbage.
Okay.
They filled in. It's gonna go down. It's gonna go right here. Goes upon.
That's for
Okay.
those lots 1 and 2.
Okay, I have stuff to do.
Driveway's gonna continue off of this and then lead out. No, it's fine. I think I can handle it. Yeah, under the existing one?
I'm just gonna continue on the corner.
It's just a copy of her email, the invoice, and the tear sheet, so for each
This
one,
house, they were really
Okay.
careful about.
just get your files.
That's what we were trying to do too.
Okay, so do you want to vote on the says Stetson Street?
Is it to, approve
Yeah.
the,
To approve the order conditions for 3400475250 Stetson Street.
Motion to approve? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay. We are all set?
Yep.
I will send you, do you want the original? I presume so.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll hand deliver it to you. Might take me a couple days to get it written up and with the order conditions, but then I'll send it to you.
Okay, can I get them, the number again for the sign?
3, 4, let me give you a sticky. There you go.
Thank you. What was the name?
340-0475.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, I appreciate your consideration.
Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, take care.
And like you said, we said you have 3 years. Make sure the sign's up before anything starts. And in the order of conditions, you'll see we need to be notified before you start anything. They can put up the,
So,
yeah, all that.
After silt fence before you,
Yeah, before they start touching anything besides, the true construction. Between those two things, give me a call or email me, and we'll come out and look at it, and then you can go from there.
alright, so as soon as the cell fence up, then give you a...
Yep. And you have 3 years from tonight to complete it. And you just have to notify us with an email saying you want a certificate of compliance. And when you do that, grass and all that need to be growing.
Established.
Yeah, it has to be like finished.
Okay.
And the shed, well, whatever you want to call it, the
Right.
thing removed. Yes, which is already, that will be in the order of conditions too.
Okay,
And so, alrighty,
alright, thank you.
thank you.
You gotta record that too, by the way.
Oh, yes, you have to there's instructions on the form I'm gonna give you. You have to record it at the registry of deeds.
Just go down there and
You gotta go to Rockland and record it.
follow around.
Yeah, take the piece of paper we're gonna give
Go to
you,
Rockland.
and then they're gonna give you, I think there is a cost to do it, but they're gonna give you
A receipt.
a receipt and they're gonna stamp it. So we'll need a copy of that.
Okay.
But it's all in,
Your instructions.
yeah, the file, the paper I'm gonna give you will have all of that.
Okay.
If you have any questions, just give me a call or email me.
Thank you again.
You're welcome. Okay.
Sandy, I'm gonna submit a notice of intent for Nezarello, Lot 5 on Marie Ann Drive. It's the last house
Oh, okay.
that they're building in there.
Yep. Okay, yep. We didn't get
Did you get that message today?
I got the two, but there's no, I didn't get the number.
I thought he'd send it out, but I didn't get it either.
Yeah, because I think you responded at 4:20, so, okay, which one's this? So this one's,
Yeah, I mean, I emailed him the stuff, but, which is fine.
I guess it doesn't matter which one's which. Oh, this is lot
Well,
one.
yeah,
lot
one,
one, lot
yeah, I wrote him on the bottom, so.
Yep, okay.
We sent that out this morning, I didn't see it. Oh, wow. I thought it was 4 o'clock.
So this is lot one.
is this the one? Okay, the one that's in the room? Yeah, they were somewhat different, because there's no house in this one. Pretty sure the difference, yeah, the one we have, yeah. There's a proposed drawing on this one.
Yeah, this one's lot 1.
Just fill out one, okay, that's what we got. Excellent,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right. And 2 other plans for lot 2, right?
Yes, we have two.
You got those? Okay.
So then, that one. Yeah, there's the proposal. Yeah, we got double that.
These are the green cards for the
The
abutters. Yeah, they were obviously all the same for the 2 lots. So actually, one person wasn't supposed to be notified, but he was notified. And then on the other one, the same thing, one person shouldn't have. It was easier.
notified?
Oh, yeah, it was easier just to send them both out.
Okay.
From here to just over here, about 20 feet, 18 feet. Oh, up, down.
Oh, it's pretty low.
Crazy.
That's a pretty deep grade.
It's crazy. I mean, you jumped off this retaining wall down there. But the retaining wall has, right on the drop. There's bollards here in front of the road.
Where is the, so the proposed driveway?
There's actually a curb cut already in Franklin Street.
And where would the driveway be?
Down here, just right here. So a small little driveway.
But then, what are we looking for access?
Nothing.
So how are we looking at access?
Franklin Street, the driveway. You know, right here. The driveway is just like this little thing right here.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's 22 feet.
Yeah, there's a little curb cut, like 20 foot here. It's just right here. This isn't curved. There's nothing. This is wet.
Yeah,
Wet as can be.
Yeah.
Undevelopable. You can see on an acre. Really, it's about
Yeah.
8 dollars.
Yeah.
So now we are going to open up the hearing for Franklin Street. Am I on the right page? Yes. Okay. Whitman, it's 431 Lot 1. Cheryl Hutt is the owner, 431 Franklin Street, Whitman, Mass. 02382. Carl Garvey is the representative. The butters are Jack and Judy 2. Okay. 425 Franklin Street, Whitman, Mass. 02382. Revolution LLC. 455 Franklin Street. Robert Cabral. 457 Franklin Street. Lawrence and Marshall Kayan. 454 Franklin Street and Syriac and Nada Asia. Hilera, it's Hilaire, 444 Franklin Street, are the abutters. Okay. We do not have a DEP file number, so this will be automatically continued for our next meeting, but we can proceed otherwise. So, Carl?
Yeah. Carl Garvey representing Cheryl Hutt. The property in front of the board's on the first hearing tonight is lot 1, which is presently a vacant lot. This property went in front of the Zoning Board of Appeals approximately 2 months ago to subdivide the property into 2 lots. So there was variances granted for 92.5 foot of frontage to create these lots. And the area was well over the required 18,000 square feet that would be required. So for lot number 1, the wetlands were delineated by Pine Brook Consulting prior to us going to the Zoning Board of Appeals, in which at that time we also did a topography, located all the wetland delineation, which for the most part follows a piped street drainage and a pipe that goes under the road that discharges on a head wall next to the existing garage, which is right here, which then flows down through a ditch and then goes into a wetland area in the back. So that area was delineated, and based on that, the house is going to be kept to the front of the lot, 40 feet back from the street. It is actually identical to the house that is number 421, which is a little bit further down the street. Basically, we will be doing a sewer and water connection, as this lot has no sewer or water connection at this time. And it's basically the top of the foundation is at 121, garage is at 118, the street elevation is around 116, and then it slopes down in the back of the property, drops around 11, 12 feet to the rear of the property. It's basically a heavily wooded lot, and 90% of the lot's going to remain that way. You can see where the proposed silt sock is in the back, which is going to be at the top of the hill around elevation 114. The house is within the 100-foot buffer zone to the BVW that follows the drainage ditch, which is not a river. It's intermittent, mostly picks up street drainage, but does pick up some runoff from across the street, because there is a pipe that goes under and picks that up, so it's pretty self-explanatory, this particular lot here.
Do you have any questions?
But how many feet is the proposed dwelling from that drainage, the top of bank of the drainage ditch? Do you know that? I don't know the scale on that.
Well, you can see that I do have the 15-foot setback line in there for what's. I mean, obviously, this is like the building setback line.
That
is 15, so it's
from the
probably,
property boundary?
which is so it's probably like 20 feet.
Okay. So the edge of construction is going to be over that, right? So how close to the top of bank is the construction?
Well, I'm showing the silt fence there, right at the top of the bank.
It's a silt sock. Is it staked fence to the bale?
Yeah. Don't I have it? Oh, here it is. Yeah, erosion control. Yeah, I mean, we put a 12-inch sock in.
Okay. We did a site walk, and it's pretty drastic. The topography changed down.
Oh yeah.
From that top. I don't know how you're going to keep.
Yeah, well,
it's
that's
very
why
difficult to keep things out of that resource area.
Yeah, that's why we're not going below this one top of the bank, which is 114.
Are you proposing to bring fill in to bring that up?
No, not really. There's not too much to be brought in. You can see the 117 contour in front, which really just connects. Top of the foundation is at 121, so that would be like up 4 feet, but the garage is 118.
Is it
the
right?
benchmark is 116.75, so it's only up a foot from the street, We're not really worried too much about water table there because it drops. Obviously, it's at 102, down here.
You have to dewater it all when you do any foundation work at all?
No, I wouldn't think so. No. This will probably, for the most part, will be 121 is top. We have 116, so there'll be probably just a knee wall in the back of the house, so they'll have windows, say, in the basement, and then you'll have 4 feet in the ground for your frost wall.
So between where this proposes and the silt, you're going to leave that, all the trees and everything, right here?
Some, but most of those will be we're showing proposed loaming and seeding in the backyard to give them a backyard, but everything on the slope and to the rear of that will be left in its natural condition. You know.
So this, at the 116 down to here, is just like, how are you gonna keep
Well,
water from?
yeah, I mean, this is the 116 and this is the 114, so it's only sloping 2 feet and say 30 feet, 35 feet. So it's just loam and seed. It's not, yeah.
You gonna store any material, excavation material on site, or you take everything off?
It'll be taken off. We're not using any, we don't need any fill.
There's no stockpiling on there?
No.
I guess my concern is just how close that construction is gonna be to that top of the drainage bank, is keep material out of that. That's gonna be the hard part, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if the stake silt sock is gonna be able to handle that, or maybe if it's a wet time when we do construction, it could get things running downhill.
Well, I mean, it should be stabilized. We're not, we're away from it enough that it shouldn't hamper that. I mean, it's a sturdy bank that's been there. It has growth in the bank, so we're not going to,
Not gonna touch that.
Yeah, we're not going to touch that.
Do you have any other questions? Does anybody have any questions?
With these constructions,
You have to say your name and your address, please.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's
Jack
okay.
Two, 425 Franklin Street. I'm just curious on whether these construction have any sort of negative effects on my property.
Will it have a negative? What do you mean?
Negative, like any sort of issue with drainage that can affect my property.
Well, no, actually, your lot actually drains towards, to the back. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is all flows. Well, we're not right now. We're talking about lot 1.
Oh.
We're going to be getting to lot 2 on the next
Yeah.
hearing.
Okay.
So he's not.
Gotcha.
For lot 1, I don't have more questions.
Okay. Okay, we will have, like I said, since there is no DEP number, we cannot continue. We have to continue the hearing until our next meeting, which will be, at this point, probably, I guess we're gonna have to meet November 21st, unfortunately, because November 7th is election day, and we can't hold hearings, or we can't meet on that day because they use this.
When's your next? I'm sorry, I wasn't.
November 21st
Is your next hearing? Oh,
will be our next hearing, because this is the third Tuesday of October. We meet on the 1st and 3rd, and the first Tuesday of November is election day. So it'll be.
So we're really just waiting for the file number, and unless he has any comments, then I would address the comments if
Yes.
there are any.
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
So if Andrew has any comments when he issues the number,
Yep.
you'll have to address those at that meeting. So we will continue this until, we'll do 7:45. Where's my sheet of paper? Okay. So this is 431 Franklin Street. One, and we'll have it at 7:45. Okay, so I will I wouldn't say close it, but we'll continue this then. Okay. Okay, I have the other map. Thank you.
How close are these? How close are these next to each other?
To these next to each other?
Yeah.
Probably 60 feet.
So both these properties are being built on top.
This one's right at the back of the house.
Oh, okay.
I'll just ask.
Yeah,
let's-
I'll be doing other.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so
I'm gonna let you open the hearing.
Yes, thank you.
I know this sitting there.
it is 8:03. We're opening the hearing for 431 Franklin Street, Lot 2. This one also, we do not have a DEP number, so we can't make a determination at this time. It'll be continued. Cheryl Hutton is the owner, 431 Franklin Street, Whitman, Mass. 02382. Carl Garvey is the representative. Do we have a motion to waive the reading of the abutters because it's the same abutters for Lot 1?
So motion?
Second.
All approved? Okay. So, Carl, you made again. And so, Carl will give his presentation. We'll ask questions and then I will turn it over to anyone, and just please state your name, your address, and then you can ask your question.
Do you guys have plans? No?
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Didn't get them out. Two.
Thank you. Yeah, this one.
You got it. You walk beside it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Kyle Garvey representing Cheryl Hutt on lot number 2. The present lot is where Cheryl Hutt has lived, or her family has lived probably the last 30, 40 years. I forget what it is now. The site contains a garage that is located out at the street and a single-family home on the property. Those two structures are going to be raised and removed from the site, and a new dwelling is going to be constructed approximately right behind the existing Cheryl Hutt house, which is here. This is the proposed one. So it's right at the rear corner of the existing house. And once again, the wetlands on this particular property basically is right next to the head wall, follows as a retaining wall that goes down along, concrete retaining wall that goes along the garage. I don't know if you guys noticed that. And then the wetland line went out and actually continued further out in the 2 property, which we did, how old your house? 5 years ago?
4.
Oh, it is.
Both in 2018 or 2019.
Yeah, matches there was a wetland line behind here that we also worked at that time, so it continues. There's a lot more uplands on lot number 2 than there is on lot number 1. We're once again showing the silt sock going around the back of the property. This lot drops in the front from approximately 116 at the existing driveway to approximately elevation 102 in the back. Those are These are the proposed contours. Here's an existing 100 contour, and then the street is once again like 116, 117. We're not removing the wall that's next to the garage. It's a retaining wall, and that front one will be removed, but not this one in here. And it'll probably break off about here, and then this is coming out, and that area will be filled in front of the house. I mean, it's kind of depressed in there. I'm not sure what the purpose of that ever was, but that's being removed. The driveway, there is a driveway there now. We're kind of relocating a driveway a little bit to the left of it. There was a driveway easement that went actually on Jack and Judy II's property, which was an easement that was granted when Nate Elliott built that house, granted an easement to Cheryl Hutt. The Zoning Board of Appeals made it a condition that the easement be removed at the sale of the property. So we're basically just utilizing the existing opening still, but we're maintaining it entirely on the site itself. We are filling somewhat behind the house, in the back of the house. Top of the foundation will be at 114. The garage slab is at 111. The back of the house is at elevation 108, and then it'll slope down towards the 100-foot contour. Once again, it'll be a knee wall in the back of the house. And the house is similar to the ones next door that you probably saw when you walked the site. And with loaming and seeding in the backyard. Actually, on this particular lot, we're probably having negative impervious material based on removing the garage, removing the existing house. So it's probably slightly less than what's presently there.
The shed coming out too?
Yeah, that shed will be gone. We do show that there is a water connection to this property, and there is a sewer stub to this property. Presently, the house is not tied in to the Whitman sewer. There's a cesspool in the back.
Is that with the concrete? There's a concrete round. It looks like a trash can, but it's concrete.
Behind
round.
the house?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Behind the house.
Yeah, that still says, yeah.
Okay.
The house is the house not lived in currently?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
So the cesspool's active?
Pardon me?
The cesspool's active right now?
There's an active cesspool there now.
Okay.
The board, the Board of Health made it on the zoning, when they wrote back to the zoning board that it would have to be tied into town sewer, which we are doing. We don't know exactly how deep that stub is in the street, but we're going to put a grinder pump coming out of the foundation, and that'll pump up and tie into the existing stub that's there, which is exactly what we did on the property next door. We also had a grinder pump in front of that house, and we pumped up also into the street. We may be able to connect by gravity, but right now we're probably planning on using the grinder pump because the inlet might come up too high on the foundation. So we're just planning on that. And like I say, it does have a water service, but it'll be reconnected from the gate out front to the property. So it's obviously an improvement over what's there.
Is there a basement, or is this going to be a slab for the house?
That'll be a full foundation for the house, yeah. But like I say, in the back it'll be like a knee wall where you'll have windows in the back. But then the side around here would be like an 8-foot foundation with, we're showing top of foundation is at 114, and grading around it is 1 110, so there's almost 4 feet of foundation showing. The garage slab steps down 3 feet to elevation 111, and then it's and then there's a 110, so it's sloping around the house.
Sloping down from the street. Down into the driveway. Are we worried about runoff from the street down into the driveway?
Well, there is a berm there, a slight berm, curbing further up. There's a couple catch basins that pick up drainage, a couple catch basins here that pick up drainage. But it's basically, when they do it, they'll bring it up a few inches and then down on the... I mean, there is a gutter line there now. It goes up to the sidewalk and then drops down, so the water doesn't overflow. And these 2 catch basins in front of house number 421 pick up the flow coming down Franklin Street presently, which then, actually ties into a drain manhole that goes out beside the garage.
Yeah.
It's funny that there is no easement on record for the town.
That drainage ditch.
Yeah.
So you're going to keep the retaining wall that's currently there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Who maintains the bulkhead? Well, no, just kind of curious. Is that the town?
What's that?
Maintains the bulkhead, the concrete. The town maintain it?
I don't think they do anything with it. They just... when they clean the catch basins in the spring or whatever, they do that, but
that
they don't.
retaining wall is part of the drainage ditch. It's the wall of it.
Yeah, I would think when they built the garage 40 years ago or 50 years ago, I think they poured that wall there then, just at that time.
And halfway down the retaining wall, you're going to separate it. You're not worried about falling in. I'm sure if the pin using the other side to hold it in place.
No, that's why I think we will keep a leg of that back.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
You know,
but the
it's not
garage
gonna move
the garage isn't tied into it or anything. No.
Yeah, it's over.
I mean,
It's hard to see.
the garage will fall down, the retaining wall won't. Or it is falling down, I should say. I think it was a condition of the zoning would the garage be raised. They didn't say the house had to be, they just said the garage had to be, but there's no rehabbing the house. And the person interested in purchasing this lot is not going to rehab the house.
And my concerns are just being so close to the drainage ditch, right? We were feet away from the resource area, losing material in there, let it be material or gravel or anything, even demo material from the garage. That's my concern, just so close to it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's something they're going to have to watch during construction.
And how many feet from the corner of the house to the drainage is that?
Well, it's around 17 feet off the property line, and that silt fence is about 2 feet back from the property line. A little closer to the front corner of the house, probably 12 feet.
So we're 12 feet from the resource area?
Well, from the
flag.
BV, no, that's around 15, and then the back of the house is around 20.
Yeah, just.
What's to prevent any water that, because it's wet, in the high water table of Whitman. So what's going to prevent this from going over into their property?
Well, just the way that the contours are, the water's going to run 90 degrees to the contour. That's why they're kind of sloping this way, so it goes this way, this way, this way. And it's obviously want to go to the stream. This area, this is not going to flow over here. It's going to flow 90 degrees to the contour. And, this is basically how it's flowing back into the wetlands here. So the flow will be the same. And that's just going to be, loam and seed. It's going to be runoff from just the grass area, which It's probably gonna be an improvement over what's there now.
And you're gonna bring up that area significantly with fill? Because in the back, I mean, just walking, there were some very large
Yeah.
topographical dips.
Yeah, from just behind the shed area to the back of the house will be filled in hot. It will be filled in, and it's kind of just blending in the existing, say 108, 106 contour from say the abutting. I mean, here's your 106 contour here. You know,
This is gonna be filled in 3-4 feet up here, right? Because this wall.
Yeah, right in there.
Tree
Yeah.
here.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is going to be the new driveway in here. So
Yeah.
it's going to get. That'll be filled in there.
From here on out, it's gonna be filled
But it's not going, say, over where the top of the wall was.
in. Okay. That cesspool's gonna be collapsed and filled with sand.
What's that?
You're gonna close the cesspool, fill with sand.
Oh, yeah, it has to be inspected by the Board of Health, yeah.
Do you guys have any more questions? Okay, do any of you have a question?
So,
Okay, sorry, you gotta have your name and your address.
I'm Jack too, from 425 Franklin Street. I just want to make sure the constructions won't affect my property with any sort of drainage causing any issues.
No, it's flowing, the watershed area in this particular area obviously goes down by the garage, it goes down through this ditch, and it's all flowing this way.
Okay.
These contours here are all shaped to let the drainage continue that way, as it does on your property. It goes up to the rear.
Okay, that's what
And we're not filling in, say, up to the BVW. We're leaving probably 30 scale. We're leaving about 30 feet between the silt sock and the BVW, so that area stays the same, which is around the 100 contour.
Okay, and then also our easement, you guys will also build away from that, or what do you guys plan to do with the driveway space that was supposed to be released back to us?
Yeah, the existing driveway is to be removed.
The existing
The
driveway?
existing driveway that goes to her house,
Okay,
and then we're moving it over
okay,
about
gotcha.
2 or 3 feet under her property.
Okay. Anybody else? Do you have any more questions?
I do. I just have a quick question.
Okay,
Marcia Kayon, 454 Franklin Street. I live directly across the street.
Your last name was
Kayon?
Thank you.
Yes. My question is, it's the only concern that I have is that the water that goes under the street comes off of my property.
Yes.
That is not going to be touched in any way.
No.
You're not going to be cut off.
No.
Because the water actually comes from the people next door, comes across their property, crosses over onto mine down the bottom, and then goes under the street.
Yes, because we looked at that on Sunday. In fact,
Are you the property with the stone that goes down into the culvert?
Yes.
yes, so right now the gravel goes like this, and then the pipe comes up like this, and then there's rocks before it goes into under the street. So it's pooling there. So I'd actually, if I were you, I would call DPW and have them correct because it's not going to flow. It has to have a pool of water before the water goes underneath the street.
Right, because
So-
it actually pools in.
Yes.
Our next door neighbors. Yeah, it pools in until it rains heavy enough or gets wet enough that it starts running. And
Yeah.
then it comes across the property.
Yes, but when it comes out of the ground, the pipe comes out, there's like a little, I wouldn't say retention pond, but there's a little, like a low spot from this pipe. And then there's rocks and the pipe that goes under the street is up here. So you have to have more water.
Oh,
So that's
Yeah, the pipe is elevated about, what, 8 inches, maybe 6 inches?
something, yeah.
Something like that,
So
yeah.
it-
I mean, normally, that's the way you'd want it if the water was flowing out of the pipe. The water's dropping into a little pool area.
Right,
But
right.
now it comes down, flows into a wet area, gets built up, and then
And goes in.
then it
Yeah.
goes into the pipe, which is shown on my plan. It's this pipe here that goes into the drain manhole. Then from the drain manhole, it goes to the head wall, and then it flows down here. We're not touching that. We're not touching that area.
Yeah,
You-
they're not
you
gonna do
know.
anything underneath this street.
No.
Because the two drains, the one that's in front of your house and the one that's in front of your neighbors, it kind of goes like this. And then it goes through the dam, so, but yeah. But nothing under the street or on your side is gonna be affected.
yeah.
Any other questions, Brian?
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. Well, like I said, we'll have to, we can't make any decisions right now because the fact we don't have a number. We will continue this as well. You won't
What she's
get
talking
another.
about is DEP issues a file number for all projects. You've seen it on the side of the road. That's D 340 whatever.
Right,
See
right.
construction project. That number hasn't been issued yet from DEP, so they can't close the hearing. So that's basically it.
We're gonna have you come to all the meetings and just explain things.
Yeah. So you will not get another notice.
Okay.
You received the first one with the green cards and certified mail. Anything after, for the next meeting, you will not get another notice. So just put it in your calendar if you want to come back. So
Okay.
it's this lot 2 will be the hearing will be at 8 p.m. Tuesday, November 21st.
The only reason anything would come up is if DEP wrote back when they issued the file number that we have a concern over this and that. If 90% of the time they don't say anything, so
Right.
nothing would be brought up at that hearing. But
Yes.
if there
but,
is, we
yeah.
would address it at that time.
Okay. So we will continue this then.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Okay, so we did that one, we did that one.
Good night.
This is a odd question, but there's a monstrous tree right here, I assume it's gonna be gone, right?
Okay, you can't,
Right.
you need to say your name because we've
Oh,
closed the
I'm
hearing,
sorry.
but
Have
this
you
is,
you haven't closed the hearing yet? Oh, no, yeah, right.
I did, but now we have to reopen it, so.
Oh,
you
We're still
what?
technically in the public portion of the hearing, so if you're having a discussion
So
as
what
the
is
hearing.
your name and address, please?
Larry Cowan, 454 Franklin.
Okay, thank you.
There's a tree there that's been rotting to nothing, it's just about this big. I assume it's gonna go, it's up the front, somewhere around here, I think.
Oh, that big one,
Was
yes.
it the retaining wall area?
Yes.
Yeah. They're gonna fill that. It dropped a branch once so big, it kept ended up my front yard, shut down Franklin Street.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I
That is
think
one that has not a single leaf on it. We've been waiting for that to come down and take all the.
On your side of the
That's-
street or the
yeah.
other side? It's on the
It's on
other
the,
side.
yeah.
It's
I
on
think
the,
Nate Elliott will be involved with these lots, so I'm sure the tree will come down since he cuts down.
I'm sure.
Since he cuts down trees.
Nobody's gonna
So
walk
we're
that.
getting their front yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing's coming out from the resource area, right? Nothing's.
No,
Within
no.
BBW, right? Everything else outside.
We're not doing anything with it. No, we're not doing any replication because we're not doing any altering. Yeah.
That's what I noticed.
okay, we are closing and continuing the thing. It's,
Thank you.
Thank you.
8:26. Okay, so, let's see, we did that, we voted on that.
Are you gonna want to do Nazarella that night too?
Sure. Everything's sticking together. Yes, we will do, lot 5, And drive. We'll probably do that 8:15.
Okay.
And hopefully by then we'll have, I would think by then we'll have a number because it's almost a month away.
Yeah.
Or over a month away.
Yeah.
Because of that. So, okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, have a good night.
You too.
Okay. Let's see. Make sure we, okay, so we did the site inspection, payroll. Oh, one last thing before we, no, two things. So I emailed Todd, I can't remember his last name. He is the facilities guy for the town. And I requested filing cabinets. So, because our budget for expenses is like $468.
Cindy, did you say that was, those hearings are the 28th?
21st.
Oh.
21st of November.
Yeah. Okay. Trying to think if I'm gonna be here before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I mean, we can do it the following, which would be, I mean, it's up to you.
But we can't move it up. We can move December
Yeah,
5th.
we can't move it up, it has to be back, so it'd be December 5th.
On,
So those are your two
yeah, I'm
options.
heading, I'll be in Delaware on the 21st, but I'm not expecting anything back from DEP other than he wanted to make sure you had the signed pages
Right.
by the owner. But I wouldn't be able to present Nezzarella's, so I'll have to do him on December 5th.
Yes. So do you want to do all three on the 5th? Or
No, keep that on the, well,
it's up to
you
you?
just told them, no, you continue to the 21st, but unless, we're gonna get the notice in the next few days from
Right.
DEP, and if there's nothing on there other than,
That
here's your
would-
number, then
okay.
you're not, there's, I don't think I have to be here, you know?
Okay.
So why don't we just, and if not, you're gonna have to open it on the 21st and continue it to the 5th, because you just told the butters that it's gonna be continued.
Yes.
Unless I mean, I can notify him. Let me see when that number comes out.
Okay.
I think it's gonna come out tomorrow, but
Probably
a day
so,
too late, but
since so December 5th
Nezzarella.
for Nezarella we'll do 7:45. Okay.
Okay, great, thanks. Thank you.
Okay, so, he had emailed me and how much, I think he said like 500. So, or maybe that's a 580. Yes, it's the 580. I haven't put any, expenses in. I have like probably, might be $100. For postage and all this, so that are my personal reimbursements. So that leaves us with around $400.
Did we have to spend it for the end of the year?
Yes, and that's usually what it would be. The expenses come out of there, and then we have the salary line, which right now is zero. We should have no problem. It's like $1,400, and we haven't spent a dime. So we'll have money for that. He's gonna try to get something like used. His alternative was put stuff in boxes, like no, because they need to be locked, because they're state documents, and we can't even lock these. So I'm gonna see if he can get these rekeyed. I don't know how much that would cost, so we're just kind of waiting. The other thing I'm gonna try to do, well, I'm gonna do it. All they can do is say no. Where's my little email from Mary Beth? So, your worksheet is attached to, okay, insert your request in the column requested. Okay, make a list of the employees, just Please calculate, yada, yada, yada. If you're requesting funding for costs not previously budgeted, enter the line below the employee data. Feel free to insert relevant comments. So, my plan is, if we can get used one, I'll take it. I don't want it. I'd rather have one that's not worn and torn. But I'm also going to have him price out a big one like that one, and then another small one. Or maybe I'd like to get 4 drawers. You know, just not that we need one that has the hinge for some stuff. And at some point we need to go through them because there are plans in there that, you know, we don't need.
Right.
So we need to
Inventory.
do a meeting that part of that time is cleaning and organizing and putting things in order. But I'm, like I said, I'm going to have him give me a proposal or give me some prices so I can put that for our budget amount. Okay. You know, and I can back it up saying we don't have space, these have to be locked files, and I mean, because there's, who knows, I mean, some stuff I can't find, but they're so full trying to find anything, who knows what's under, you know.
Oh,
so, and I forgot to bring the keys to see if they go to that brown thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think they do, but I'm not for sure. But anyway, so that's my plan for the budget. I have to submit it by, I think, next October 30th. So is that next Monday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Halloween.
So all I have to do is email it to her. So, but this time I'm going to make sure I am contacted, because that's why we didn't get an increase last year when I requested it, and I did an increase for salary and expense and didn't get it because, oh, we didn't think you needed it, but didn't bother contacting me. So, but I do have a town email address now.
Nice.
Well, kind of. I mean, it's good, but I have like 1,500 emails, and most of them are that for George to take some type of compliance training. And I mean, I don't know how many I've already deleted.
George never took that compliance training.
Well, it's for the whole year. So it's like he got one. I mean, it was like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
He was getting them, and he has
to go in.
and he shouldn't have checked it because he wasn't on the board anymore.
Right.
So anyway, love George. Anyway, and I think that's it. Let me just make sure on my agenda. So yeah. Yeah, and so this is the only things that we have coming up. So the 2 hearings on the 21st, and then the one on December 5th. And hopefully, maybe, we'll have a secretary for the December 5th meeting, but I don't know how fast this process goes. So, okay. So it is now 8:36 on October 17, 2023. We are adjourning the Whitman Conservation Commission meeting.